Hello there. Last week, the Western Bay of Plenty District Council became the 36th local authority in the country to introduce Maori wards for the next two local body elections. This is fantastic news. Since 2021, when the law was changed to allow councils to make this decision directly, we've seen 33 councils choose to go in this direction. It's introduced an extra 66 local councillors who are bringing really important voices around the table that represent tangata whenua. It's fantastic to see this sort of thing happening. And as the Deputy Mayor of Western Bay Plenty District Council pointed out, it's not about establishing race-based constituencies, it's about honouring commitments that were made under the Treaty of Waitangi. And seeing how local councillors voted was really fascinating. You see, Western Bay of Plenty District Council is a really interesting area. For a start, it's the kind of area where this happens from time to time. So you can certainly see the prevalent attitudes of some of the locals. Also, because Tauranga doesn't have a district council and wasn't able to vote in the last local body elections, a lot of the councillors and their ideologies were shipped over to Western Bay of Plenty. So we see a really interesting change in the way that the political leanings happen around the council table. Now, the councillors that voted for this included Voices for Freedom member Andy Witches, and his argument makes a lot of sense. He could not see a reason to not do this because he kept being told about how important this representation was to tangata whenua. And, it's definitely not making the country ungovernable, so I'm applauding him for doing the right thing. The councillors who did vote against it, though, had a really interesting range of reasons for it. Margaret Murray Bench, for example, who is the partner of Hobson's pledged Don Brash, she certainly lives up to his ideologies. She votes against anything to do with Māori whatsoever. She was actually once described by Julian Batchelor as a hero of the Stop Co-Governance movement. So yeah, you can certainly see where her priorities lie. Watching the live stream of the vote, though, was fantastic. It felt like watching that scene in The Simpsons where Ralph Wiggum's heart is broken live on the Krusty the Clown show. It's interesting to sit down and watch. The other councillors who voted against this included Tracy Coxhead. Reality Check Radio guest Tracy Coxhead. She decided or felt that it was a rushed process, so she didn't really have enough time to get all the information for what was going on. This was a process that was started by this council in 2011, 12 years ago. Rushed. Yeah, and she's been in the job since October, so she's had a fairly long time to get up to speed with all the work that had been done. The other councillor that voted against this was Alan Sol, who was, I think, still recovering from a broken leg from doing some flood cleanup in Waihi. He felt that the Treaty of Waitangi is probably no longer fit for purpose. Our founding document is no longer fit for purpose. Our founding document will be as fit for purpose as it's possible to be while the country still technically has a head of state who's a colonizer who lives on the other side of the world. But that's a very different video topic. So well done, Western Bay of Plenty District Council. You've gone in the right direction and history will remember this really well. Those voices of tangata whenua around the decision-making table are so important. So I applaud you guys for doing the right thing and for breaking Margaret Murray Bench's heart just a little bit in the process.